We welcome you to ESPN's Wide World of Sports here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. The Advocare Invitational, the 11th year of this tournament, and one of the top matchups in November nationwide. Florida of the Southeastern Conference against fellow undefeated foe Seton Hall, last year's Big East champions. We've had some entertaining ball games thus far. It all started with Indiana State and Iowa State in a thriller. The Cyclones squeak by the Sycamores. Miami big over Stanford, and Gonzaga taking care of business against Quinnipiac. With that, we say hello and welcome. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Mike Morgan with Brad Doherty and Andy Katz. And Brad, this Seton Hall team still riding high off a fantastic Big East tournament last year. They can do it in so many different ways, and they have terrific balance.
They're a very, very physical basketball team, but when you're talking about toughness, what they do, the way they compete on a tough spectrum is they execute. They will absolutely execute you to death and make sure that they hit all their marks, dot all the I's, cross the T's, and they can score in bunches. This team can absolutely light it up.
Meanwhile, for the Florida Gators, they've got some balance as well, but they've really got some great experience from a year ago.
John Egbunu and Devin Robinson, these guys give experience and leadership to this basketball team. They got great rotations in off the bench. Kenyon Berry comes in, who's an absolutely phenomenal basketball player, can shoot the lights out of it. They're a fun team to watch as well.
We're expecting a close game, and if so, free throw shooting could be huge. Seton Hall has really struggled in that area. Florida up 10 points from a year ago. They have been steady at the charity stripe so far. And they're checking the clock. A second went off of that faulty jump ball, so we'll put it back on. It'll be Delgado and Egbunu jumping center, and Egbunu gets it on the second tap. Gators have it first. We are underway here from Orlando. Robinson. There's Casey Hill with a leaner and gets the teardrop to fall.
Casey steps into that free throw line. No defender stepped up to challenge him. Nice little shot there off a nice pick.
Hill, the former McDonald's All-American. They're hoping to really get some improved minutes from him this year as a starter.
Good post up down there on the block. Good pass.
Delgado skips it. And Florida so good at getting those hands in the passing lane. Shot clock down to 5 for Jones. Jones launching. And an air ball fired up by the former Demon Deacon. There you see Jones. Kadeen Carrington has been terrific. Sonogo, a great glue guy. Rodriguez and Delgado can patrol the paint awfully well. And look for John Egbunu down low. He is a terrific post player on offense and a great shot blocker on defense.
Good defense right there, coming out defending on the guard as he comes up top. Jones did a good job slipping through that screen. Oh, tough shot. Got the side glass.
Step back off the window, which is open on Thanksgiving.
You just act like you're supposed to make that. Because you know you weren't. But you do act like you're supposed to make
it. It was an awkward angle, I'll say that.
Side glass is a freak thing.
Allen led the team in scoring a year ago. A very talented sophomore for Coach White and company. Strong take. And a beautiful finish close at the rim. That's Desi Rodriguez.
Nice job. You got to get blocked out a little bit there, but he turned the corner strong, went in and utilized those big shoulders. You got a foul.
Over the back foul on Egbunu. There is Mike White now in his second year. Born in Dunedin, Florida. His wife is actually from the Sunshine State. A 4-year starter at Ole Miss. Longtime assistant with the Rebels. And this was his dream job. He finally got it, and he couldn't be happier.
Outstanding job, in the first couple of seasons of this basketball. Last year, he's just done a wonderful job of putting his team in position to win games. He's a fiery young man who really, when we talked to him yesterday, so intense, really wants to be successful at what he's doing, and I like what he's done thus far with this Florida program. These guys are in excellent shape. Everybody plays hard. Phenomenal job so far.
They made it to the NIT a year ago. The expectation level's much higher this year, and Mike White will be the first one to tell you he expects this team to be in the NCAA tournament.
Outstanding. It looks like he has some of the pieces and parts to do that. Let's see if they can put the puzzle together.
Hill weaves it over to Allen. Back to Hill on the return. An open three. That is not the strength of Casey Hill's game. This is the strength of Allen's game, but he can't get it to go either.
Transition opportunity. Rodriguez to the bid. Oh, right to the basket. Gets fouled again. That's 2 possessions in a row for him, using that big, strong body, drawing fouls.
The head coach for Seton Hall, Kevin Willard, now in his 7th year, did such a tremendous job last year, again, defeating Villanova in the Big East Championship game, silencing a lot of the critics, and looking like he's got Seton Hall back on the map.
Delgado's had a little bit of a hook going with that left hand, but got away with it. I like where he's trying to do his work, though. Get as close to the basket as you possibly can. Use those big, strong shoulders to give yourself a chance.
Delgado with 25 career double-doubles, and he's averaging another double-double this year. 15 points, 13.7 rebounds, a preseason all-Big East selection.
Wow. I tell you what, these guys from Florida have been living in the weight room, though. Boy, look at these. They've got these almost muscle-fitting type uniforms on. We couldn't have worn that back in my day. I was too fat to wear something like that. These guys are in such great shape, working extremely hard with the trainers and whatnot. And, just very impressive.
And Seton Hall's got some pretty good beef to go against it with guys like Delgado, who gets the second free throw to fall.
Trying to establish that block is the most important thing when you got two big teams like this, because whoever can control that block also can control that backboard. That's critical.
It's a bump foul on Desi Rodriguez. Tough matchup for him to guard the quicker Devin Robinson. Robinson now in his junior year out of Chesterfield, Virginia, has really taken his game up several notches.
Oh, nice post up by Igbunu. Couldn't get him the basketball. He pinned Delgado, had him under the basket. Boy, Rodriguez goes right to that, man. I'm gonna tell you, he's not backing down from anyone.
No, sir. He is a runaway freight train.
Wow.
He knows how to finish at the rim. Robinson, tough shot, gets the whistle, count the basket.
Wow. Robinson had nowhere to go. It looks like Desi Rodriguez just stuck his hand in, picked up the foul. See what happens here. Gets it. Robinson gets the ball here, nowhere to go. Pump fake. Ooh.
And that foul doubly costly because Desi Rodriguez now goes to the bench with his second foul.
He was the guy giving him all the offense. That's tough.
Robinson, three-point play the hard way. The Gators have the lead.
Somebody's got to step up. Little half-court set here. Going to try to use a little pick and roll high. Now a down screen to lift that player. Lift Hill off that side. Pick high. Nice post by Delgado. He's in there. Trying to shoot that jump hook.
Elects not to. Carrington instead throws up a floater and drops it.
That's just dominant basketball on the offensive end by Seton Hall. Throwing that ball down into your big anchor, Delgado, making the defense collapse on top of him, kicking it back out for your teammate. Easy little shot.
There's so many weapons. Shooting the basketball extremely well, and there's a high percentage shot. Igbunu throws down the hammer.
Man. Okay, right back at you.
This is the kind of game we expected. Two very good teams.
Well, you're picking up your two best offensive players and say, okay, we're going to go against your two best defensive players on each end and see what we can make of. Pick and roll high, throw the ball down low. Double team, good pass.
In the lane, Delgado. And Robinson whistled for the foul. He thought he had all ball.
Delgado catch that basketball, puts it on the floor. Look at Delgado catch it. Nice pass to Carrington. Dribble by. Defender swipes at him. Come right down to the other end. Hill, nice drive, no defense. Woo. Just throw it up there. Let the big fella go clean it all up.
And that is the second foul on Robinson, so he'll have to go to the bench. Early foul trouble for two of the premier players from each side.
Somebody else has to step up.
Hayes checks in for the Gators, as well as their backup point guard, Chris Chiozza. Seton Hall comes into this game shooting 54 from the field, 42 from three.
Would really like to see. Nice job. Just would not stop on that play.
That is Kadeem Carrington. He's their leading scorer, averaging over 21 a game, preseason All-Big East performer.
Well, Kadeem got so deep that the defense did stop him, but they were so far bound below the basket that he just turned shallow shot off the glass. Like C. Delgado said, a little bit better screen though on that high pick and roll. He's just kind of slipping it.
Igbunu, wild hook shot, can't get it to fall.
tell you what, Miles Powell, this kid, young man, I should say, when he shoots the basketball, it looks like it's going in every time.
Yeah, he's the reigning Big East Rookie of the Week, and they love his shooting.
It just looks like it's going in no matter what.
Carrington harassed by Chiozza, and a travel. That was all Chiozza forcing that turnover, and that brings us to our first timeout. We step aside. The Pirates up by a point on the Gators.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Advocare. To learn more about Advocare products, visit advocare.com. And Gildan, every thread counts.
Mike Morgan, Brad Doherty, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Seton Hall leading Florida 10-9 as we check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Andy Katz.
Well, thank you, Mike. At the SEC Media Day in October in Nashville, I had all 14 coaches sit next to me, and every one of them, not named John Calipari from Kentucky, said, look, we got to get more teams in the NCAA tournament. How do we do that? We got to win games in November and early December. So far, that has not been the case in the SEC. The best win, not named Kentucky, was South Carolina over Michigan. When I talked to Mike White of Florida yesterday, he says, look, I agree with you. We need to win games, starting with a game like this against Seton Hall in a tournament like this. He said, I hope you're not talking about us after this tournament of another SEC team that didn't win games. It's up for Florida right now and the SEC to do it in November.
Andy, that's an outstanding point, and I can tell you, somebody who calls a lot of SEC games, there are 13 other coaches right now pulling for the Gators because he's right. This league needs some quality out-of-conference wins.
Well, and you see the teams that are perennially in the tournament. You know, the perennial favorites and powers is because they play people. They play really tough games in November, in December, and they get those quality wins, and it starts to add up. And that's what these SEC teams have to do.
Friendly bounce by Michael Enzi, the Nigerian, a sophomore. South Carolina did the league some good yesterday, pulling off an upset, rather lopsided win over the Michigan Wolverines.
That's a good win for South Carolina early in the season.
You know what you're going to get out of Kentucky, but some other teams got to pick up the load.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've seen Canyon Barry fire off a shot. He's their leading scorer, the son of the former NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry.
He can really stroke it. It's fun. I hope he gets to the free throw line because he shoots that underhanded free throw.
Yes.
It's just, even though it's been around 100 years, it's amazing to watch modern day basketball with someone shooting an underhand free throw, and he makes a lot of them.
Yeah, for you folks that have been screaming at your TV set saying that these guys should shoot them underhanded, by golly.
That's what he does.
That's what he does. Egbunu top floor for the rebound. Gators off and running. Barry passes up a three, takes it strong, draws the foul, plus
there we go.
The basket.
Get ready. Going to see some old school basketball here from the free throw line. Canyon catches the ball, nice transition pass. Goes to the basket strong, gets a nice foul. Concentrates on the shot, knocks it down.
Now watch the form here.
Here we go.
Miles Simon and I were talking to this young man earlier in the year and asking him why. Because he's got a great regular
he's got
stroke.
A wonderful stroke. You usually teach this to guys. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, this kid is so smart, Brett. He was breaking it down. It was way above my head. Talking about it's less moving joints with the underhand free throw.
Listen.
Hey, it works for him.
He has got a phenomenal stroke. Underhand, you shoot underhanded when you're a big lug and can't shoot them. That's what some of these guys who should get up there and shoot 40 and 50 and 60% need to do. He's got a great stroke. He can stroke it either way. But hey, like I say, whatever he's comfortable with, it's great to see he makes a bunch of them.
Young man averaged nearly 20 points a game last year for the College of Charleston. Egbunu bellied up with Delgado. Great big man matchup, and this time Egbunu gets the upper hand, drawing the offensive foul.
Interesting call. Looked to me like Delgado was still getting space there by driving the ball, and Egbunu was relenting. I don't know how you get an offensive foul out of that. Didn't seem to be enough harm to call an offensive foul.
How do you like the new points of emphasis? It seems like we talk about this every year, cleaning up post play in college basketball.
Well, I think it's good from the standpoint you don't want the game to get bogged down. You want the game to be a free-flowing game, and I like it. I like the ideology of trying to take hands off, make people move, no bumping unnecessarily to just jockey a guy out of position because it slows the game down. And we don't want the game to slow down. Nobody wants to watch a game that's 55-50. People want to see the game score and the ball move.
Well, I agree with you. And freedom of movement. Say what you want about it. It's worked. Scoring and possessions are up in college basketball. Offensively for Seton Hall, everything's up.
That's what you want to see, 88 points a game. My goodness, I'd love to go watch a team that's going to run up and down and score the basketball. Run plays, execute. You know, toughness is not about knocking somebody around physical. Toughness is about executing in the moment. Being able to focus and execute. All these guys are tough, but can you be tough enough to execute a play and not make a mistake or not wash out on the play?
Arrow goes to the Pirates on the jump ball. If you could shoot over 50% in today's day and age of college basketball, you are in the elite class in that category.
Without question. Without question. You're taking some good shots night in and night out to shoot over 50%.
Madison Jones gets a breather for Seton Hall. Rodriguez, the trigger man on the inbounds.
Good defense, nowhere to go.
Desperation pass, and Carrington has to make an over-the-shoulder grab in the backcourt.
Comes a little pick high. Let's see if this pick goes down by Rodriguez here. Little back pick. Yeah, nice pick and roll play.
And a bump foul. Carrington, he's sneaky good on that handle. You know, he's 6'4", he's 195 pounds. I don't know if he's the quickest guard you're going to see, but he does that a lot.
He absolutely puts that ball in front and moves forward with it. He's hard to stay in front of. Like to see Carter, when he comes out on that screen, take a little bit more time and set that screen. I know Coach Willard wants these guys to set that screen. You don't realize if you do that, a lot of times it's going to help you. It's going to benefit you, the screener. A lot of times you get the basketball back.
Powell with a rare miss from three. That's the look they love to have. He's usually spot on. Meanwhile, it's the Gators spot on from three. That's Justin Leon.
Nice shot by Leon. No one covered him. Didn't look like he was going to shoot the basketball. I thought he was going to pass it in rotation. He just knocked it down.
Coach Mike White says Justin Leon is the hardest working guy he has ever coached.
Well, that's an honor and a privilege when a coach says that about you, especially D1 basketball. There's a lot of guys who are really good and work really hard.
Rodriguez.
Boy, he gets to that basket.
A little wild on the shot. Offensive rebound. That's what Sanogo does. He's a glue guy. Gets it here, but shot clock violation.
A little bit of chaos there on that end for Seton Hall. Nice job of Florida. A little pass in transition. Leon squares up. Boy, that ball is rotating. Nice spin, bottom of the net. Got the Gators up by 6.
The man in the blue hat needs no introduction. He's the father of Canyon Berry, and he is the NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry, who knows a thing or two about scoring and underhanded free throws. Mike Morgan alongside Brad Doherty, who shot 75% career at the line. I looked it up.
Yeah, I did.
Not underhanded.
No,
just all legit.
Just
very good number for a big man.
Not bad for a big fella.
Brad, let's talk about this game and the importance for both these teams. We talked about for Florida, and Andy Katz mentioning for the Southeastern Conference, they need the Gators to do some good things. Same thing for Seton Hall. This would be a quality win. And both conferences right now very well represented, particularly in the Big East. They've already gotten some big tournament wins.
That's exactly right. And let's just be realistic about it. When you think SEC, you think football.
Right.
So they really have to do a good job, all these SEC teams, of scheduling tough basketball games, which they've all done. Then you got to go out and you got to win some of these games, make statement games in order for the committee to have a real hard look at you, because it's just the way it is. It's seen as a football conference, and until these teams get a lot better, it's always going to be that way.
Great steal by Miles Powell, and a chance for a three-point play.
Miles Powell did an excellent job. Good steal. This young man lost 40 pounds last year. 40 pounds. And shows the determination and grit he has. Like I said, I love his shot. It just looks like it's automatic.
Yeah, how about that? You know, he had an injury and kind of had to sit around, put on a lot of weight, which a lot of people at home could probably relate to. If you're
absolutely
sitting there in a cast and you're just eating and eating without the ability to exercise, that can happen. But over 40 pounds for Powell. He has obviously trimmed the fat and has been playing very well for the Pirates, as we say hello again to Andy.
You know, his nickname was Cheese. I'm not saying that he cut out the cheese, but according to Seton Hall, he showed great commitment to lose all that weight. And as you mentioned, that injury sort of contributed to him adding all those pounds. He scores 26 points in that road win at Iowa. And Kevin Willard, the head coach of Seton Hall, telling me what he learned about his team in that road trip was that they never panicked. They knew what they had to do to win that game on the road. That is a quality win for Seton Hall and the Big East.
Yeah, 91-83 road victory at a very tough venue to pick up a win.
Excellent victory. Excellent win.
Loose basketball. Carrington pouncing on it, and a jump ball. The arrow will go to the Gators. You know, going back to the importance of this game for both these teams, going back to Seton Hall. Remember now, they lost the Big East Player of the Year, Isaiah Whitehead. He's now in the NBA. So as deep as they are, they lost their go-to guy, and that's something that Kevin Willard said. I asked him specifically, like, who picks up the slack? He said, you know what? The great thing is it's not going to be one guy, and they don't want it to be one guy. Nobody's pounding their chest saying, I'm going to be the man this year.
That's correct.
A group effort.
That's correct. And they do have experience, though. Even though they lost Isaiah, they got 4 of their starters back. And with that experience, you have the comfort of knowing you're going to put the ball in people's hands who have, minutes on the floor and have been in situations. Now you just got to figure out how to score it consistently, and they will do that.
That last three by Canyon Barry.
Nice pump fake. Nice
smile
job.
And a beautiful move by Angel Delgado.
Wow.
He's a low, down low. I mean,
and he puts
6'10",
the ball
240.
Yeah, and he puts the ball on the floor so quick. He's explosive, but you don't like to see a lot of big guys do that. But if he's advancing himself from the free throw line down towards the basket with quick, powerful dribbles, you like that. You don't mind that at all.
Second foul on Hayes. Delgado from the Dominican Republic. Same nation as one Al Horford. Karl Anthony Towns, also Dominican Americans that have made it big in the sport of college basketball and pro basketball. Battle for Atlantis bracket again tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern time on ESPN. Baylor and Louisville. Terrific matchup between two top 20 teams playing great basketball. Too strong on the second, and Barry grabs the carom. Barry on a blow-by, pull-up off the window.
Yeah, he had a good look at that, didn't he? Great hustle.
Save.
Egbunu, great hustle.
Sets up the three, rattles off. And a foul called on Seton Hall. Did they get Delgado?
A call on Delgado or Singh?
Oh, they got Singh instead.
Yeah.
Delgado had a guilty look.
He did. I hope they let him play a little bit down there because he and Egbunu are going at it. And there's some big bodies bouncing around there. A lot of physical presence and establishment on that block. Like it.
This is Stone, the freshman.
Delgado's got Egbunu pushed up too far. No post up there. Let's see if Hill can get him into something that gets a little balance on the floor. Maybe get a little out kick to Barry. There you go. Good ball movement. Tough pass, tough position.
Egbunu on the block, banging bodies, left-hand hook shot. Nope.
Nowhere to go.
That was just a force. Great defense there by Seton Hall and Delgado. I tell you, Egbunu and Delgado, those are two chiseled big men.
Some big boys, I'm telling you, they are going at it too. Neither one's backing down, and it's just force meeting force.
Miles Powell checking back in for Seton Hall. 19 foul on Florida. First free throw is good. How about this one, Brad Doherty? This goes back to your era.
Okay.
The last time these two teams met, 1987, Madison Square Garden, NIT championship game in November. Florida won 70-68, and a young man by the name of Vernon Maxwell poured in 28 as the tournament MVP.
Well, Mad Max could flat go. What a player. What a college player. What an NBA player. He scored 50 on us one night.
Did he really?
Yeah, Houston. He was absolutely unstoppable. Vernon had a huge motor.
And he's probably mad at the process.
He was hot. Scored 50 on us. Ran us out of the gym.
Casey Hill on a backdoor cut gets the bucket. The Gators back up by 5.
That's the last time these two played?
Last time.
Wow.
Hard to believe. There's a triple from the corner by one of the best shooters in the field, Miles Powell.
Get that ball down the block. Egbunu. See if anybody drops back. Just let him go one-on-one. Nice jump hook.
Isolated on Delgado, but Delgado is getting the better of him. Powell on a blow-by. Rejected by Egbunu.
There's Desi Rodriguez.
And it'll be Seton Hall basketball.
Rodriguez just has a nose for being around that basketball. He picked up those 2 fouls early. Nice backdoor play. Good pass to Hill. Well, that's good patience on the offensive end, letting the play develop. Nice pass by Allen. Gives him a great look.
Alley-oop to Rodriguez.
Rodriguez has been out of the basketball game with those 2 fouls, but boy, he's back in and things change quickly. We got a tie ball game.
Hill lost it out of bounds. Seton Hall basketball. One thing that Coach White has talked about, Casey Hill has to limit his turnovers.
Yes, he does. Coach really wants him to take better care of the basketball. Rodriguez, Hill didn't see him. Turned his head and he just walked right down lane. I think you could have laid down up, Mike.
I appreciate the compliment. I'll take that.
You're not going to dunk that, but you might be able to lay it up.
You have to lower the rim a couple of feet if you want me to jam it. Tie ball game.
Pick and roll. Set that pick. Nice job. Good drive. Where's the help?
Ooh, wow. Look at that rejection.
Good gracious.
Flying out of nowhere with Stone. Pirates still have it, and there's the follow by Delgado.
This is a war down low. This is great.
Kind of a tournament feel to this game.
Love it.
7-0 run by the Pirates. Reach-in foul.
Jones got caught on the back there, it looks like. Got caught on the hip, got a foul. Reaching over, being aggressive.
16 fouls on Seton Hall at 8:32 to play, first half.
The pace of play by Seton Hall has got such a physical nature to it. They're trying to anticipate. And you start anticipating, sometimes you get those little cheap fouls called. Got to pick your spots. Nothing easy though.
Chiozza up top. Leaves it off for Stone on a 3. Powell top floor for the rebound.
Give and go by Chiozza. Almost knocked that shot down. He's wide open. Wow.
Powell.
30 feet.
Allen puts it in high gear.
Wow.
Beautiful take. Everything but the finish. Powell the other way. Working on Barry.
Good ball movement here. Make that defense move. Look at the speed on this court right now.
Chiozza is such a ball hawk.
Man. The thoroughbreds are running right now. I'll tell you that right now.
Jones trying to settle things here for the Pirates in the half court. Shot clock down to 7. Oh, tough pass out of bounds. And that'll take us to timeout with a 7:43 to play. We told you this one was going to be good. The Pirates up by 2 on the Gators. Beautiful look at Disney Springs. We are at Disney World, ESPN's Wide World of Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Mike Morgan, Brad Doherty. We are thankful to be able to broadcast games like this one. Seton Hall leading Florida 25-23. Seton Hall on a 10-2 run the last 3 minutes and 13 seconds. SEC Big East battle. And 2 teams that are undefeated. We've got several undefeated teams in the field, 3 of which made it to the Sweet 16 last year. Here's a name familiar to NBA fans and Gator fans. Bradley Beal, the former Gator, played for Billy Donovan. And now, of course, in the NBA, checking things out here in Orlando. And checking out the cell phone. Everybody's got to check out the cell phone.
You got to be cool, check out stuff. Your people talking to my people. We got to make sure everybody's communicating.
Right.
Bradley's outstanding player. He and John Wall are just one of the top backcourts, obviously, in the NBA. And as he goes, I think that team goes. We know John Wall is going to light it up. Bradley plays well. They're tough.
Load up 3 is good by Chris Chiozza.
Chiozza's so fast, man, and he can shoot it. And, tough defender. Good little 3 ball from the corner there.
Chiozza, a great baseball player as well. He can still pick it.
You can see he can play that position. He can cover so much ground. He's so low to the ground. Gets in great athletic position. Well, he's going to work. Delgado's going to work.
Oh, is he ever? Woo. Taking it right to Egbunu.
You don't care who's down there. That big boy's going to turn them shoulders, those big, broad shoulders, shoot that little jump hook. Nothing you can do but goaltend it.
7 for Delgado.
And he gets the rebound down there. He's going to work on both ends.
He averages a double-double. He has 25 career double-doubles.
Wow.
A lot of action for Seton Hall in the half court. Sets up the 3. Kicks off. Out of bounds. And it will be Seton Hall basketball.
Izzy did a good job of keeping that ball alive. Sometimes you get a foul, but look at Delgado. Look at him turn that big shoulder. Jump hook, gets a bump. Ain't nothing you can do that. Go to the other end, he gets a defensive rebound. You give that young man a W2, he going to work.
And that's against a great shot blocker in Egbunu.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Gators averaging nearly 3 blocks a game. That's the second highest total in the SEC. Going to work again. At that time, move the pivot foot. You're going to see more traveling calls in the post this year in college basketball.
Yeah, you don't want guys being able to load up. Sometimes you get dislodged and you take that little extra half step. Well, it's a walk. And so if you don't call that, they get to load up. And then that's when you just get the flat out, unabated contact. It's not, slows the game up a little bit.
There is Allen, last year's leading scorer for the Gators, knocks down the triple.
Got a nice pick from Egbunu, too. That freed him up and knocked that shot down.
Avon Allen, the pride of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, nice fake. Nice
Beautiful
pass.
feed.
Wow.
And the finish by Delgado.
Carrington made an incredible play. He was trapped on the baseline, gave a little head fake. Both defenders went with the head fake, and he turned right back around into the basket. Made a nice pass to Delgado on the back. Everything's point blank for them.
Allen trying to get a point blank three. Egbunu, great hustle on the rebound.
Nice job by Egbunu hustling around, keeping that ball alive.
Egbunu, now he's going to go to work, draws a double. Rough kick out pass and a beautiful feed down low. Leon with the flush.
Nice job by Hill keeping that hot potato moving. Finding Leon wide open under the basket. Good job by Hill.
It was one of the trademarks so many years when Billy Donovan was the head coach of Florida. They were one of the best passing teams in America. Mike White trying to continue that tradition. Powell takes it in the trees, fires up an air ball. And a foul on Seton Hall. That's going to be against Enzi.
Passing the ball is the key to the game because it does so many things. It makes the defense shift, makes it move character. Nice shovel pass to Delgado. You got to make people move, and that basketball being passed does that. You can also skip it. Nice drop down low to Leon from Hill. Didn't even have to dribble the ball, and you impact the game so dynamically when you move the basketball in so many different ways.
17 foul on Seton Hall, a 1-1 upcoming for the Gators. Allen at the free throw line. A perfect 11 for 11 on the season. Andy Katz.
Whenever you take over a program, you always have to re-recruit the players that were either recruited by the previous coach or who are already in the program. The first player that Mike White went to go see and talk to while making sure he was part of the Florida program, Kevon Allen. He's brought in. Obviously, you can see now the fruits of making sure that he was on board with Mike White as the head coach of Florida.
Andy, that's a great point. And Kevon Allen, a lot of people thought when Billy Donovan left for the NBA that commitment was going to fall by the wayside. He'd go back home to Arkansas, but he stayed firm, said, I want to be a Gator. I'm going to play for Coach White. Out of bounds to the Gators, a turnover on Seton Hall.
Yeah, White's he's an integral part of this offense. I mean, he's the motor, and you watch them play, and he puts people in good positions. I say that a lot, but these young men do a good job of that. He and Hill both. White's got that little extra gear. He can get to the basket, he can shoot it, he can defend it.
Can't get space that time. Rodriguez all over him. Suffocating defense by Desi Rodriguez.
Good defense by Seton Hall. Locking down. Drop back and help.
No double this time,
no,
Egbunu.
One-on-one.
He's been working on that hook shot, but it's not dropping for him tonight.
A little bit more rhythm to that hook.
And check foul on Casey Hill. On a drive by Carrington. It's rivalry weekend and Saturday at noon Eastern time.
Woo!
Michigan, Ohio State. What more needs to be said? It's
leftover
the 100.
turkey. Get that leftover turkey out tomorrow, baby. Let's go get it on.
113th version of the game. College football playoff spot could hang in the balance. Buckeyes have won the last 4 and 11 of 12 against the Wolverines.
That's what John Harbaugh got there, baby. Or Jim. I'm sorry, Jim Harbaugh.
Jim has done a remarkable job. Urban Meyer has done a phenomenal job. You've got a log jam in the Eastern Division. And it's kind of funny the way this whole thing could work. Penn State could kind of sneak in. If Ohio State beats Michigan, they could sneak into the Big Ten championship game, and then that committee really has some extra homework to do.
Oh, man, wouldn't it be nice to have a little snow tomorrow in that game? That'd be perfect. Jim Harbaugh and those khakis out there, that sweatshirt tucked in.
It is so good to have both those programs back at a high level, which makes that game elite every year.
No doubt about it. And when Urban Meyer left Florida, I thought he was done. I thought we'd never see him coach again. It's like he was burned out a little bit, but he goes back. He goes to Ohio and goes to Columbus. And man, boy, they're just awesome to watch play football. They're so well disciplined. They do so many things so well, but they're coached so well. You can see it. And then Jim Harbaugh comes out of the NFL and shows up, and you're like, what's this guy going to bring to the table? And it's a little bit of everything. You know, he recruits it, he talks it, he speaks, he walks it, and he's got that swagger that his kids believe in. So now it's back to the way it used to be with Michigan and Ohio State.
Carrington with some swagger on that drive. He'll go to the free throw line for a pair. 3:50 to go first half. Gators 33, Pirates 31.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Lowe's and Fruit of the Loom. Gift underwear responsibly.
Gators up by a deuce over Seton Hall, 33-31, with 3:50 to go first half. Coming up at halftime, join Chris Cotter and Dallin Cuff for the Land Rover halftime report. Battle of Atlantis highlights, NIT season tip-off talk, that plus stats and highlights coming up at the half. Mike Morgan, Brad Doherty, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, feast week. We have been feasting on a great matchup here in the fourth and final game of the quarterfinals. Gators and the Pirates. And a two-point affair as Carrington short arms the first free throw.
It's been everything this first half that we thought it would be. Both of these teams, very, very physical basketball teams, grinding it out, but both playing well. You know, Florida's not quite shooting as well as Seton Hall, but they've been very explosive and gotten to it their own way. They have a two-point lead because they've been able to get some transition baskets.
Allen probing, firing down low. Gak
Block,
had it rejected.
Rodriguez came across and got a piece of that ball. He's got 2 fouls, got to be careful. Watch that push.
Carrington fades and fires. What a shot by Carrington, who has 8.
Turn that corner. Giozo needs some help. You got to get that basketball slowed down. Anytime the basketball turns the corner, someone has to step and deny it, yield the process, because if you let him continue to drive, once you start trying to collapse to it, once it's deep in the lane, it's too late. Stop it early.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark, our 6th tie of the first half. We've had 10 lead changes already. Allen swings it into the corner. Chioza on a 3. No. Barry with the follow up the window and in.
Good hustle by Barry. Good nose for the basketball. Just kept moving his feet while the ball was in the air, and everyone else stops to look and block out, and they lose sight of the ball, and he just kept moving. Nobody put a body on him.
Lob pass down low. Delgado, boy, is he nifty.
I'm telling you, he's rock solid. He catches that ball on the post. The thing about it, you bump him a little bit, Mike. He continues to move with the current of the bump.
He goes 6'10", 240, but he moves a lot smoother than that. Leon in the trees pulls down the rebound.
He was up top.
3-ball from the wing. It's Kayvon Allen.
That's why Coach White wanted this young man back in the fold so bad. Leadership. Allen knocks down a big jumper.
10 points for the sophomore. Back and forth we go. Gators up by 3. And an offensive foul. Delgado clearing out Gak.
See, Barry's up top. Look, he's at the three-point line. No body, no block out. He just keeps coming, keeps those feet moving. That's a tough one to look at in the film room the next day. Like, Coach, I had him boxed out. I'm like, no, you didn't. Let's look at this film. Film doesn't lie,
That's
buddy.
right. Second foul on Delgado.
I didn't see the foul. I'm watching the play, and they call the offensive foul. I don't know why you call that. I mean, I understand if he's moving someone out for position, but he was just posting up, trying to meet force with a little force.
Barry misfiring on the 3. This is Powell.
Man, he was right there. He got all the way to the hole. The lane opened up. Got to make that layup.
Chiozza. Slice and dice. Almost walked. Allen on another three. Not good. And a rebound hauled in by who else? Rodriguez. Give and go.
Wow.
Rodriguez on the slam.
Man, he just is everywhere. You know, he's not the tallest guy on the floor or the biggest guy on the floor, but man, 6'6", 215 pounds. He plays like he's 6'10", 260. Man.
One of my favorite numbers on Rodriguez, one of two Big East players to shoot 50 from the field and 35 from three last year.
Man, he is a one-man wrecking crew.
Chiozza. Oh, Gack, the freshman, could not haul it in.
I don't know why he threw that pass to Gack. You know he's not capable. I don't think he's capable yet of catching that as being a freshman. Got to make better decisions. You know, Gack, what's he going to do if you throw the ball to him like that quickly?
Right.
You know, where's he going with it? He looks like he's open, but he's not open. Got to make better decisions than that.
Yeah, just a freshman out of Australia, still polishing his game up. Powell thought about it. Quick closeout.
That's good defense right there by Florida. Boy, those passes all have been.
Carrington on a heave.
Man, that's a tough shot. Tough shot.
11 for Kadeen Carrington. Seton Hall up by 2. Back and forth affair here in Orlando. Seton Hall in Florida. 2-point ball game. Seton Hall shooting at a 58% clip. They came in shooting 54%. The Gators not as hot, but doing a number of other things well to keep this one close.
Yeah, they played really well. The Gators have done a good job of putback opportunities and things like that. Give themselves a chance to score the basketball by not giving up a turnover after a possession. So a little bit closer than that, those stats look. This is a really good basketball game with two teams that are very, very equal.
Gators playing for the final shot and a careless foul. With the game clock down to 6 seconds, Powell reaches in and will send the Gators to the line.
That door opened up, but you just got to realize that you can't tell you're not going to take that basketball from him across his body. You understand why he thought he could get to that basketball, but
well, that's a good point. There might be some players you could swing that against, not Chiozza.
Yeah, you get that ball from him.
He's got a tight handle.
That's right. Now you stop the clock and they get a chance to score.
Too strong on the first for Chiozza, 73% on the year. Last year, the Gators were wretched at the line.
They've got to get better at the free throw line if they're going to compete in the Southeast Conference.
No question.
Got to make these shots. This is the difference in games throughout the season.
Junior from Memphis, Tennessee, splits the freebies. 1-point game, 6 seconds left. Here comes Carrington. 2-1, Carrington just missed it at the rim. Boy, he went 94 feet in about 5 seconds and almost finished it.
Outstanding effort by Carrington. Almost got that shot off. These two teams are going to go in here at halftime and really look at some.
Let's check in with Andy Katz.
All right, thank you, Mike. Joined by Florida head coach Mike White. You told me yesterday you were concerned about defending the backboard. There were some key rebounds. What are the numbers not telling us?
How strong and physical they are. They're strong-handed. You know, we've had our hands on a bunch of basketballs we just didn't come up with. They've been a little bit tougher, a little bit quicker to the basketball.
1-point game. What do you have to establish in the first 5 minutes of the second half?
The defensive glass, got to defend without fouling. Got to do a better job on Carrington. Can't allow him to a strong hand as much. He's a handful.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Andy.
Back to you, Mike.
All right, Andy, Coach White telling us yesterday he was concerned about rebounding. Seton Hall winning the battle of the boards and winning by 1 point as we send it to the studio for the Land Rover halftime report after these messages.
You're watching ESPN's Feast Week, presented by Lowe's.
You are watching the Advocare Invitational from the HP Fieldhouse in Orlando, Florida. The score right now, Seton Hall leading the Florida Gators 40-39. Mike Morgan with Brad Doherty. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And for more on what happened in the first half, we check in with Andy Katz.
All right, thank you, Mike. I just walked onto the court with Kevin Willard, the head coach of Seton Hall. He told me, first of all, this is exactly the kind of game he thought he was going to get into with Florida. First of all, he said, got to do a much better job on the backboard. We saw what happened with Canyon Berry getting that offensive rebound. You guys talked about that. He also said that they got to make more threes. He's not too pleased right now with the differential in terms of made three-pointers. And finally, here in the first couple minutes of the second half, got to attack it better defensively. He thought they were a little bit passive at times in the first half on the defensive end. Back to you guys.
Andy, thanks. The mark of a good coach, even though Seton Hall played a good first half, still plenty of things to improve upon.
Yeah, got to keep turning up the intensity, keep ratcheting it up because they're capable of doing that. But being under control and trying to dominate is what Coach Willard's trying to get out of his team every night, and they're capable.
Allen tried to stop on a dime, but left some loose change on the floor. 5th turnover on the Gators.
See if Florida can match up defensively and slow down Delgado in that lane as he turns in, as well as Carrington, as we heard Coach talking about at halftime. They got to do a better job. Coach White's talking about they got to do a better job getting to Carrington because he's just a problem. He gets into that lane.
He's guarded by Hill. Throws it out on the wing. Gets it on the return with 10 to shoot. Carrington in the trees. Carrington almost got that one to go. And there's Rodriguez with the rebound. I think there's 3 Rodriguez's on the floor, right? He's not just one man, is he?
He is everywhere. Igbounu goes up and swatted that one away.
3 ball from the corner. And skying for the rebound is Madison Jones. Jones accelerates, leaves it off to Carrington.
Good help by Igbounu. Stopping that basketball, making Carrington get rid of it. That's what you want. You don't want it in his hands.
Jones. Igbounu with another return to sender.
Yes, sir.
Here comes Hill on the run out. Leon.
Too many passes.
Yep. Leon passed up a good shot and then tried to thread the needle to Igbounu.
Too unselfish that time. Just really trying to make a spectacular play. And you could see what the young man was looking at. He was looking at that defense collapsing to him and Igbounu coming down and flushing it home. But you get that deep in the lane, you tell anyone, shoot it, everyone. You're free to shoot. You're 5 feet from the basket, but you got to go up. You're a D1 basketball player, you shoot that ball.
Rodriguez. Going to work on Leon, and Leon, all he can do is foul.
Man.
I don't know how you handle Desi Rodriguez.
I don't think he can. I'm really impressed with him. He has been spectacular tonight on both ends of the floor. Just can't stay in front of him. He's strong. Fast break, transition basket, jump shots, block shots, rebounds. Man.
Seton Hall has missed its first 4 field goal attempts of the second half. But not that time. Kadeen Carrington from downtown.
He ain't going to miss all of them. Too good of a player. You got to get out. You got to be with him. Be in his foot tracks.
Carrington with 14.
Nice pick by Igbounu.
Hill pulls up 15-footer. That's the shot they really need to have from Casey Hill.
Yep, that mid-range shot by 15, 14 feet. If he can make that consistently, Mike, this team could be pretty darn good.
I've actually had a sports psychologist working with Hill, try to settle him down, have him relax a little bit too uptight sometimes shooting the basketball. Allen weaving his way and then lost it. Here come the Pirates. Numbers, Carrington bubble-gummed it, and then a late whistle, and Devin Robinson can't believe it. Looked like he just missed the dunk.
And Carrington went at him. That's why he missed the dunk. Watch Carrington veer at him.
Oh, he just got out of the way.
He got out of the way, and I think he just, when he's getting out of the way, they clip feet, they hit feet. But Carrington had the whole right side of the basket open because he was trying to get out of the way, so not sure on that one.
This is where Seton Hall has struggled this year, the free throw shooting, but he knocks down the first.
Got to make free throws. That's not telling anybody anything they don't know, but man, so important in games like this that are just, you know, you're winning by the skin on your knuckles. This is the difference in winning games and winning championships.
And in a loaded Big East conference, they're going to have so many close games. Free throws
every night
will be the difference on so many of those.
Yeah.
And give them credit, they have shored it up here tonight. Now 10 of 13 from the charity stripe. Hill turns it over again.
Boy, Delgado was really ready.
Jones has it rejected by Hill.
Wow.
A jump ball, and it will be Gator basketball.
Angel Delgado was almost like a defensive back there, stepping in the middle of that lane, stealing that basketball. Great awareness by the big guy in the back, in the front court. Good pass to Jones, come up. Here comes Hill. Hill and Allen both attacking, trying to get back and slow that basketball down.
You know, you give Hill credit for not giving up on the play and making the rejection, but those kind of turnovers from a senior will drive Mike White crazy.
He talked a little bit about it yesterday. Got to take care of that basketball.
He will make some great plays, and he'll make some head-shaking plays that will drive a head coach nuts. Barry fouled by Jones.
Jones trying to hang on to Barry, coming off a good, solid screen. Couldn't get in front of him.
Third foul on Madison Jones, a transfer from Wake Forest. He'll go to the bench, and they'll bring in the sharpshooting Miles Powell. Egbunu's posting up.
And a good post up, good deep post up for a second there. Got to throw that ball to him, trust him.
Pick and roll here, and they'll go up top to Leon. Now into the hands of Allen. He's feeling it. Launches a deep three right between the eyes of Sanogo.
Sanogo's got to close out a little closer on him, get up on him, make him go by you so you can get some help. Of course, that was a pretty deep shot.
13 for the sophomore. 3-point game.
Pick and roll here, maybe pick and roll high. Here comes the pick from Delgado. Such a good one. Oh, good job on the pick. Nice pick. Yeah.
Carrington on a pull-up.
Absolutely. You give Carrington that much space. Excellent pick by Delgado, taking his time, being patient, not trying to slip the pick. And that creates just enough space.
Barry on a response, can't get it. Egbunu, pump fake, has it swatted. Into the hands of Hill.
Powell knocked that ball away. Good block by Powell.
Leon fighting for it. And a foul on the floor. Leon just slithered in there amongst the trees and got the rebound.
Well, they're going to battle down there.
Frenetic pace to the start of this second half. The Pirates up by 5.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Lowe's.
Beautiful sights here in Orlando, Florida. 11th version of this tournament, now entitled the Advocare Invitational. Fourth and final game tonight's been a great one. Kadeem Carrington leading all scorers. However, Seton Hall, we talked about the balance at the top. They are getting contributions all over the place.
Boy, it's so well balanced in this basketball team. Everyone's touching the ball. They're getting a lot of shots in the block in the post area, whether it's Rodriguez or Angel. Then Carrington is carrying them. Powell shooting the ball well from the outside. Just great balance on this basketball team.
7 ties, 11 lead changes. No one has led by more than 6 points in this game. Egbunu going to work. He still can't get that jump hook shot to fall.
Can't get it down, and a good rebound there by Rodriguez. And you look at this basketball game, and I'm looking at Florida. They're 7 for 22 3-point line. You know, they shot almost 15 more three-pointers than Seton Hall. And they're still behind, so Seton Hall's doing a good job. Being very, very efficient.
Delgado trying to return the favor on Egbunu, and this time Egbunu wins that battle.
Big guys been going at it all night. Good fun to watch.
Stone on a 3. That's a brick. They have high hopes for that freshman, but he's still trying to find himself.
Oh, good pass.
Great feed.
Man, what a good pass.
Barry driving and hammered by Sanogo.
Drives like that. When Canyon drives the basketball through the defender, you just got to recognize and make sure you give him no lane. He has no shot. You don't want to put him on the free throw line.
Saw Dad Rick Barry, who famously shot those underhanded free throws with Golden State back in the day, and Canyon will do the same here. He does not get that flick of the wrist with all that spin that a lot of guys that shoot him this way have done in the past. He says he likes it better when it's got less spin on it.
I was watching him yesterday shoot those, just watching him shoot shot after shot. And he tries to take all of the wrist out of it. And it's interesting because it almost lands so softly when he misses the bottom of the net and it touches the rim. It just kind of trundles in.
And you see Mom, she couldn't watch. She was an academic All-American as a college basketball player as well. 3-point game. Carrington hounded by Chiozza. That's a good battle right there. Chiozza, such a good ball defender.
So fast, so much speed. Just didn't get through that screen. Nothing to it, Chiozza.
Look at that. And they will whistle him for a foul. He really took it to Carrington, but got whistled for a second foul. Don't forget to join us Tuesday, our next Sonic Blockbuster game. It's Michigan State taking on the Duke Blue Devils Tuesday night at 9:30 on ESPN, all part of the ACC Big Ten Challenge. We've got a Big East SEC Challenge going on right here. Quarterfinal matchup between two undefeated teams, Seton Hall and Florida. Banging and losing the basketball that time was Delgado.
Tried to get ahead of steam up, kept going. Oh, good job.
Chiozza with an and one.
Yeah, Chiozza, good job. Nobody stepping in front, stopping that basketball. Poor defensive effort in transition by Seton Hall. They paid for it. Look at the defense. Nobody's sprinting back to the lane except for Carrington. He's the only one. You got to see 4 or 5 blue jerseys back there below the line of the ball. You can't be lackadaisical and try to run back and swipe at it and get a foul called. Now you give up 3.
8th tie of the night. Florida with a little run of their own here in the second half. Carrington now hounded by Hill. Hill is all over him. Carrington spinning. Dropping it off.
Good defense, nowhere to go. Good block.
Second good block. Tremendous defense by Kevarius Hayes.
Foul on Delgado. See Delgado down here. Uses that shoulder. Can't get that shot off. Nice job. Great effort down there by Hayes. Just continues to scrap and fight. Then you get a little push on Robinson from behind by Delgado.
And that is the 3rd foul on Delgado. Barry passed up the shot, drives instead. Can't get the finger roll. And a foul on Florida going for the rebound. Barry can't believe he missed that one.
I think he's saying to himself he should have shot that ball when he first caught it.
Yeah.
Barry was wide open for a split second. Being as good a shooter as he is, he's got to be ready for that. Catch that and knock it down.
Foul is on Robinson, and that is the 4th foul on Devin Robinson. So now, we've still got over 13 minutes left. This could become a battle of attrition.
I think it may. You got Delgado with 3. You got him with 5. This could become because the inside position for both these teams has been so important in establishing that post play. Trying to soften up the defenses. Got to have those guys.
Rodriguez. Mismatch on Chiozza. He's got a ton of size. Going to take it to him strong. Barry on a steal. 2-on-1. Barry gets it to go.
Nice play by Canyon Barry. Sticking his nose in there. The passing lane, getting that defensive play. Good job.
12 points for Barry off the bench and a timeout called by Kevin Willard.
Nice play by Florida. They're playing some good basketball. Canyon Barry known on the offensive end, but look at him sticking his hand in there, ripping that ball, digging it out, pushing it. Here comes Powell. Nice change of direction, nice layup. We got Florida up by 2.
Seesaw affair here in Orlando. 8 ties, 12 lead changes, and the Gators on a 10-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Florida up by a deuce. A game that has been nip and tuck from the opening tip.
A really good basketball game. It's been everything we thought it would be. Florida hadn't shot the ball great, but the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds, you see right there, they've been on a significant run, 10-2 run that's put them back in position to be up 2 in this basketball game where they've kind of been behind just a little bit, relying on their 3-point shooting. Seton Hall establishing inside play, but with Delgado getting that 3rd foul, that softens that up a little bit, so see if Florida can go to work.
inside. Delgado.
Forces the double team.
And Delgado fouled on the floor. No basket.
It's interesting. Florida still has to make a decision. Delgado catches that ball, and usually after a player has 3 or 4 fouls, you'll throw it inside, and he's a little tentative. But Delgado took that power dribble. It makes them, you have to come double him.
Did that double look a little late to you?
It was a little bit late.
Yeah.
They need to go ahead and get the ball out of his hands. He's already so deep. If you wait, you're asking for trouble.
Right. Substitution. Egbunu comes back in for Hayes. So Egbunu will no doubt bang bodies with Delgado again.
Got to get that 4th foul on him.
Strong take. Rodriguez, back iron unkind, and a foul on Seton Hall as Hill hits the deck. It is physical. It is. The paint tonight in this game is no place for a boy. You got to be a man.
They're knocking you around. They're scratching and clawing, rooting and gouging, getting after it down there. So you got to really want to be in this game.
And they got Delgado on that foul. That's his 4th.
That's huge. See Delgado's boxing out.
Oh, he just grabbed the arm of Hill. Really didn't need to do that. I mean,
I don't know what that's all about. That's just
Casey Hill's not going to beat Delgado for a rebound. Meanwhile, Barry's starting to become more aggressive here in the second half. 2-point game here in Orlando. It'll probably be a close game tomorrow. The battle for Atlantis championship game at 3:30 p.m. on ESPN. It'll be Baylor and Louisville. Consolation game with Wichita State and Michigan State. That'll be 1 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2. There you see the Berries. Again, Mom just can't look. Mom, he's making them all.
Makes them all. Well, when you're not looking, you want to see that.
You want to watch that. He's 5 for 5. Dad has no sense of a miss coming. He watches every one of them.
It's all buckets. Oh, good fake.
Carrington, shake and bake, and then the kick out.
Good help by Florida, though. Good help on the defense when Hill lost his balance. Oh, got a foul right there.
On the floor, NZ. Swinging into Chiozza, who got him, and that's his 3rd. There are going to be a lot of guys in serious foul trouble in the final minutes of this game.
They're not going to have enough guys to play. This is great. You got to play smart.
And these are 2 physical teams, too. Some people would say, well, the referees are calling too many fouls. But, I mean, this is kind of what you expect with 2 physical teams like this.
Oh, yeah, the referee's done a fine job. You can't let it get out of hand. No doubt about it.
17 fouls apiece so far in this game as Rodriguez with a error miss. 51-47 Florida. Under 12 minutes to play. Barry up top to Hill. He flips it over to Allen.
It's a good pick. Somebody needs to come in with a good pick. Get that ball moving. There you go.
Shot clock.
That's a nice pick. Somebody's open. Good pass.
To Egbunu. And he'll have a chance at the free throw line. It's all about family during the Thanksgiving holiday. A tale of 2 dads when we come back from Orlando.
Florida up 51-47 on Seton Hall in our final quarterfinal of the Advocare Invitational here at ESPN's Wide World of Sports. Well, both head coaches come from a long lineage of excellence in college athletics. Let's start with Kevin Willard of Seton Hall. His father, Ralph Willard, here in the building at the HP Pavilion. Longtime assistant to Rick Pitino, former head coach at Holy Cross. And he is sitting by himself. He's very tense, as you can see here. Kevin told me at halftime he drove up from Naples to be with him, but he's not hovering behind his bench. Meanwhile, Kevin White, the Duke athletic director, sitting right behind his son, Mike White. His other son, Danny White, is the athletic director at Central Florida. Kevin White telling me they were at Danny White's house this afternoon for Thanksgiving. Danny White expected to be here tomorrow or Sunday. Kevin White was at his Duke home game last night. and is also on the men's basketball selection committee. But you can see they're a little bit different. Kevin White's sitting with Mike White's family and his wife, just sort of hovering right behind the bench. Ralph Willard, very intense, up in the stands, sitting by himself like a real former coach.
Andy, thanks. Yeah, Ralph looks like I looked when I had that root canal a few years ago. It's not a comfortable feeling. And to see Hill with the block from behind. Kevin Willard telling us yesterday, Brad, that his philosophy is kind of a mixture. His offensive philosophy he learned from one Rick Pitino. His defensive philosophy he took from his dad.
Yeah, Ralph Willard, unbelievable coaching career, and long-time Rick Pitino assistant. One of the brightest minds as far as basketball is concerned defensively. Does a great job. Yeah, he's having a little bit of angst right now. Right, his son's team's playing well, but struggling just a little bit to score the basketball consistently. Got to get some stops.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of angst at the end of this game as neither team can really separate from one another.
No.
Hill, look at that floater.
Good job. Look at that defense right there by Seton Hall. You got to step into that corner, put a hand in his face. Can't give him something that easy. He'll make every one of them.
5-point cushion for the Gators.
Pick and roll up high, try to create some space. Florida right now almost looks like they're playing man-to-man, but it's almost like a zone. Playing more of an area.
It's a great pass by Carrington to Enzi. I've really been impressed by Kadeem Carrington. I mean, they lost a great one in Isaiah Whitehead, no doubt, but there's no question Kadeem Carrington can lead this team to great places.
One of those players that it's just almost impossible to stay in front of him and take the basketball and push him in a direction. He goes where he wants to go, so he's going to have a tremendous season. I think he's going to score a lot of points this year because he's just got so many tools in his bag offensively.
His dad is a soccer coach in Trinidad, so you know where he gets those great feet from.
Absolutely.
Coming up on the 10-minute mark, Gators up by 5. No team has led by more than 6 in this game.
Good post up. Bunu.
He's got the size.
And he got a foul.
And he's got the foul on a trip to the free throw line.
Got Delgado out of there. Take advantage of that space that he's able to eat up, and Buno's able to eat up so much space with Delgado in there. It's two massive bodies, and couldn't quite get as deep.
I mean, that's got to be a big part of your strategy for the rest of the way, as long as Delgado's on the bench, right?
Keep throwing it in there as long as he can make free throws. Keep throwing it in there, going at it, getting fouls, going to the free throw line. Yes, he can do that. Throw it to him every time.
Hey, Buno was under 50% from the line last year. It's something he's really worked hard on. The Gators last year were 64.7% at the line. That was 323rd in the country.
Gotta shoot free throws. Good job by Buno. Knocking both of those down. Good looking shot. He's worked hard on it. That's all you gotta do is work at it.
So the largest lead for Florida.
Pick and roll high, going to scrape off right here, see what happens. Jones throws it over, Delgado, right back in the game. Oh.
And that'll be a whistle against Florida.
Rodriguez gets the foul. Gets pushed in the back.
Tonight after LSU, Texas A&M, sit back with some leftovers for Sports Center at night. Kenny Mayne and Brad Doherty's favorite anchor, Nicole Briscoe.
Absolutely.
They'll have a feast of highlights from the NFL, college basketball, plus the rest of the day in sports. Give thanks for Sports Center at night on ESPN, and no doubt they'll be talking about the news coming out of Baton Rouge.
Man, Coach Herm, you sure you won't do that?
I mean,
they're going to pay you a boatload of money. I get it. You're going to get paid. But you're going to get your butt whooped by Nick Saban. And in 5 years, they're going to be talking about running you out of LSU because you can't beat Nick Saban. Nobody goes until he retires.
Right.
You just don't go and coach against him until he retires.
One shot. The toughest division in all of college football, the West and the SEC. Something tells me Texas had a lot of money they could have offered as well. That's
sling around. Why do you want to go get up in the middle of all that? Have Austin can't sleep and get whooped too. That ain't no fun.
They're not shy on cash in Austin.
Nick Saban didn't even know who won the presidential election. All he cares about is whooping your behind with Alabama football. You can't beat somebody like that.
Meanwhile, Rodriguez on a steal leads to a fast break and a
He don't even know
foul.
what day it is down in Alabama. All he knows is when Saturday rolls around. That's the only day he knows.
He's locked
it's
in.
Saturday, and we're going to whoop somebody's butt. That's
He
what
is
we
locked in. He certainly had the better end of that LSU matchup over the years. Nick
Well, he
Saban
did.
has dominated LSU.
And that was a great game. I watched that game. That was an excellent game. I mean,
Yeah.
LSU, they was if it wasn't for the quarterback hurt, I mean, it would have been a tie game.
Right.
But Hurt was able to run so well, just separate themselves from LSU. But man, LSU bucked up. Fournette didn't have a great game, but he usually does it against Alabama.
Who does
Yeah,
running the football
exactly.
against Alabama?
Exactly.
Carrington knocking down the first free throw, a game high 21 points.
Yeah, this young man's played really well. He has done a good job of keeping Seton Hall. When they've had times where they haven't scored the basketball, he's been the guy who's scored to keep them in small runs. So they can get their intensity back and lock down defensively. See, that's just too easy.
That's a great take by
Wow.
Kayvon Allen, who's got 15.
That's not what you want for Seton Hall. They were so intense early in this game. Did a good job defensively. Had Florida back on their heels. Now, Kayvon Allen just carved him up. Layup. Get a layup. 9 minutes to go in the game.
And remember, Seton Hall led the Big East in defensive field goal percentage a year ago. There's their silky smooth shooter, Miles Powell.
They could use a few of those.
Boy, it looks good every time it comes off his hand.
It does, man. Oh, a little full court press, double team. Okay. Oh, they're going to double team the ball, make it get rid of it. Good trap. Boy, they can't get in front of him. Oh, he got fouled. Oh, man. I thought he got hacked. Looked like Hill got hacked on the arm.
10th turnover on the Gators, the 4th on Casey Hill.
I think Hill got fouled. He turns the corner. Oh, good call by the official. They get one. They made one tonight. Hit the ball and it got stuck on his knee. Disrupted his rhythm.
That's the good and the bad from Casey Hill.
Yep. Bad turnover.
Just can't have that from your senior point guard. Carrington takes it strong. What a drive by Kadeem Carrington.
Oh, you got Igbunu back there. I can't believe he can't get over there on that weak side. Stop that shot.
23 for the junior out of Brooklyn.
Comes a little full court press. Double teaming the basketball. Really done a good job on Barry this second half. Really slowed him down these last 5 or 6 minutes.
Allen on a pull-up. No.
Hey,
Leon
foul.
on a weak side rebound. A hoop in the arm.
Got a box out. Got a box out. Man. No one there for Leon to box out Leon. Good job by Leon sticking around that basket. You see Powell. Powell is leaving. He's leaking out of there. He's already going to the offensive end. That was his guy. He's got to get down, put his body on him.
And now Florida actually out-rebounding Seton Hall 31-30.
Florida taking up just a notch.
Can't convert at the line. It's a three-point game.
Full court pressure by Florida.
Carrington looking for a screen.
Rodriguez, haven't seen much from him. Haven't done much from Rodriguez. It's about time for him to make a basket.
There you go. You
Right
called
on
for
cue.
it. He delivers.
Right on cue.
12 points for Rodriguez.
Oh, full court pressure. Great hustle. Oh, I like that.
Gators having trouble with the full court pressure, clinging to a 1-point lead. 7:38 to go. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back from Orlando.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Advocare. To learn more about Advocare products, visit advocare.com. And ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex at Walt Disney World Resort. The ultimate sports experience for athletes, families, coaches, and fans.
Just when the Gators were starting to pull away a little bit, Carrington and Rodriguez, the dynamic duo for Seton Hall, taking over in the last few possessions to make it a 1-point game.
Yeah, both of those guys have been huge for their clubs tonight, and this has been a well of a basketball game. No one can get on a run that really can pull away. Florida got up by just a little bit, but look at this scoring by Seton Hall. This is outstanding. These guys are showing great balance. If they can get some stops on the defensive end, they got a great chance to win this basketball game. Then you go to Florida on the other hand. They've really opened up their offense, created a little bit more space, taking some chances on shots and in their offense, well within their offense, made some big baskets, and done a good job on the defensive end. So this is a heck of a game. It's going to go right down to the last minute, I do believe.
And you got 4 players with 4 fouls, 2 on each side, including Delgado for Seton Hall and Robinson for Florida. Chiozza weaves it off.
Tough shot.
Wow. Up by Robinson, who just came off the bench with those 4 fouls and knocks it down.
Yeah, 3 guys hanging off of him. Wow. Some confidence in that shot. Big shot.
His game has come a long way in 3 years.
Well, I just really think at this point in time, it'd be great if I was Florida to throw a little zone at Seton Hall, make them shoot a jump shot.
Top floor for the SWAT. Hayes.
They're just going man to man. They're going to dominate. Which is so fast with that basketball.
And draws the foul.
Man.
How about this shot by Robinson?
I tell you, he just comes off a little bit of a mini screen and ball kicks back to him. Look at this. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. There's 3 guys standing right there. I guess that's in their offense. Because he sure acted like he did. It didn't seem to bother him. I like that confidence. Good looking shot.
Meanwhile, Carrington just picked up his 3rd foul with 6:42 to go. Chiozza to the free throw line. Florida up by 4. This does not feel like a November matchup. This is what we love about these tournaments. It has a March feel.
The intensity of these 2 clubs is just phenomenal. They are clawing and scratching. Both of these guys. I mean, look at Coach Willard. He's walked 15 miles up down that sideline. He's going to need some new shoes for tomorrow's game. And the same thing with Coach White. I mean, just the intensity of these coaches and their programs. Outstanding basketball game.
And after going to that man's practice yesterday,
yeah,
he does not lack intensity.
They get after it. They get after it.
He gets on his guys, but they love him for it.
Absolutely.
Kick out pass.
Nice pass.
Wide open 3.
That's all you can ask. That's a good play, good shot. Got to make a couple shots.
Robinson pulls down the rebound. Florida up by 5 with the basketball. Chiozza.
Good ball movement, good defense. Transition basketball. I like the fact that I saw 4 blue jerseys beating Florida back to the lane. Great effort.
Allen finds a clear path to the basket.
That is such a difficult shot he just made. He got a good bump from Delgado.
17 for the sophomore, and the Gators tie their largest lead of 7. Inside, Delgado, you're not going to stop him down there.
Nice play. Rodriguez over the top, Delgado, little layup. Now they're going to come back down. You got to get a good stop here.
Barry left alone for 3.
Wow. Big shot by Barry. Big shot by Canyon Barry.
Largest lead for the Gators. A little bit of a danger zone for Seton Hall as we come up on the 5-minute mark.
Florida's just going to another level of play in the last 3 minutes. Really got Seton Hall back on their heels.
Baseline drive in the clutch by Powell and a quick timeout for Kevin Willard.
Wow. Florida just took it to the next level with their ball movement. Look at their opportunities. Allen has been magnificent all night. He's put so much pressure on the defense. He got a nice little bump there from Delgado, but continued to follow with his shot. And then it's just good ball movement, good ball rotation. You leave Canyon Barry wide open, he'll make you pay.
That's going to drive Kevin Willard nuts. You and I were at practice yesterday, and all Coach Willard was saying about Barry is that, look, he's going to shoot it every time he touches it. We cannot give him open jump shots.
That's exactly right. It's hard. You've got to rotate. That's the beauty of ball movement in basketball. It can outpace the defense, and you make the defense scramble by moving their feet. 1 or 2 good passes in college basketball, 3 good passes, the defense starts to break down. 4th pass, it's deteriorated. You got a great shot over here.
Barry really gives them an added dimension. If you can have Barry and Allen hitting shots on the perimeter, that makes Florida a very tough guard.
It'll be fun watching them go to Lexington this year. I'll tell you that. This team's got some firepower.
Casey Hill, he's been a little bit carefree with the basketball tonight.
Can't do that now. Need him to be rock solid, make some good decisions.
He almost turned it over there.
Yep.
Barry, he turns it over.
Good job stepping up, getting that defensive stop.
Enzi with the quick hands. Nice pass, and the basket counts for Enzi.
Enzi, both ends of the floor. Makes a great steal on the defensive end. Great effort on the offensive end. Gets pushed in the back. Foul and basket. Maybe get a 3-point play here. Seems a nice little. Gets a nice pick set up top. There's the foul. Barry gets him in the back.
That's why Madison Jones is out there, the transfer from Wake Forest. They don't depend on him to score a lot, but he's got some leadership at the point guard spot and will make some good passes in this half-court offense.
Called that foul on Robinson. That sends him to the bench.
Robinson fouling out of the game, so the Gators, there's the first piece of attrition right there. Over 4 minutes to go, Gators shorthanded.
It's just a 4-point game. We feel like Florida's going on this big run. It's just a 4-point game.
Shot clock down to 7. Barry backing in. Barry, beautiful feed. And Kudo with the thunder slam.
Great pass. Good sharing of the basketball. Now you got to get back on defense. Good job by Canyon Barry. Just kept looking for a crease in that defense. Got all the way down and gets it to teammate for an easy dunk. Woo!
And that'll be a foul on Enzi. Canyon Barry has really stepped up his game in the second half.
He's been outstanding. Shoots the ball extremely well. He will drive the basketball. Nobody gets in front of him. Keeps digging. Gets to the big fella. Slam it home, big fella. Florida is on the road.
With Brad Doherty and Andy Katz, I'm Mike Morgan. Happy Thanksgiving, especially to those knee-deep in pumpkin pie right about now. In store for a fantastic finish here in Orlando. The Gators up by 6, the 4th and final quarterfinal matchup here in Orlando. Iowa State and Miami will lead things off tomorrow. Gonzaga awaiting the winner of this matchup. Gonzaga convincing in their win. Miami had to struggle with Stanford early, and Iowa State and Indiana State was a nail-biter. The Cyclones holding on down the stretch. Egbunu to the free throw line, shooting a pair with the Gators up by 6.
Good looking stroke by the young man. He made his last 2. See if he can make one of these.
Egbunu, a transfer from the University of South Florida, came to Gainesville last year, made an immediate impact, and promises to be a key cog in this Florida offense and defense this year.
So big, strong, athletic, aggressive, active. All the things you need out of a big guy.
Carrington.
Ooh, get that out of here! No!
Taking air out of the basketball, but there's Powell's.
Great comeback. That's a way to answer that.
Silky smooth 3 by Miles Powell. That was huge.
Great comeback. Now you got to get a good defensive stop. This is where we'll test the grit and toughness of Seton Hall. And find out about the discipline of Florida on this play right here.
Delgado, incidentally, with those 4 fouls, back on the floor. Barry with a nifty move. That'll make Dad proud.
Got to get your foot on the baseline. That's a fundamental rule of basketball. Everyone's taught that. When someone drives baseline, you step on that baseline. Great job by Canyon Barry looking for that crack. They gave him 6 inches. They made it look like a mile.
19 for Barry. Delgado with the response.
Intimidated by Egbunu. Did not want to shoot that shot.
Maybe because he took 6 ounces out of the basketball on the last block.
He did.
Right?
Okay, you got to get over here. If you're Delgado, you got to get all the way over to that baseline. Put him under that basket. Don't let him go anywhere.
Delgado perhaps a little reluctant with those.
Gotta play.
2:34 to play. Gators up by 5. Carrington lost it to Egbunu.
Wow. Tough turnover at this point in the game. Got to get back, play some defense. Once again, Florida. How disciplined is Florida on offense? And how aggressive can you be defensively if you're Seton Hall?
11th turnover on the Pirates.
Barry run off a pick. He's wide open.
And Barry with a great look, but an offensive foul.
Bunu stepped up and like he popped him.
Third foul on Egbunu.
Now, a lot of times the big guy's headhunting that guy who's trapped and lost, the defender of Barry. But all you got to do is just kind of graze him, be in the way. It's up to Barry to run that thing and veer away from him. You see Klay Thompson and Steph Curry do it all night long. They run off those screens and then just kind of veer away from the screen so the defender gets caught on the high side, and you really don't have to hit him. He has to get around you because you're an obstacle if you're the big guy.
Great point. Under 2 minutes to play. Carrington in the trees. Got it back.
Wow.
And the foul. Wow. Kadeem Carrington has been outstanding late in this game.
That is incredible. He will not go away. Look at this. Good drive. Good defense right there. Slows him down. Wow. Wow. Leon had a hand straight up in his face. First play was great. He just will. Carrington won't stop.
That's the 4th foul on Casey Hill. And we've already had one player foul out, and Devin Robinson. They've got 4 players in the game with 4 fouls. 1:56 to play. Carrington with a game-high 26 points. Partner, it's everything we thought it would be.
Great game. Great game. The next time out, you got to get Delgado back in the game if you're Seton Hall. You got to have rim protection. You got a little bit of air out of the ball if you're Florida. Run that clock down, get the best shots you possibly can get in your possession.
Under 10. Chiozza whips it into the corner. Leon passed up the 3, takes it in the trees, missed it. Here come the Pirates. Oh, quick hands.
Good steal, good steal.
Allen on the steal and a fresh 30 seconds.
Allen came from out of nowhere like a defensive back. Got his hands on that basketball. Jones was getting ready to start the transition break opportunity. Didn't see him coming from his periphery, and good job.
Gators will bleed some clock.
There you go. Nice pick by Bunu up top.
Allen hanging, firing off the window and in.
What a shot. What a tough shot. He's made them all night long.
Timeout, Seton Hall.
Allen made a tough shot. He's made them all night long. You're looking for somebody to take it upon themselves and make something happen. Allen does a good job. He comes over, he steals the basketball, creates the opportunity for his team, drives it to the basket, no one stops him.
This is a move that a year ago I don't think Kayvon Allen makes. He was a great shooter. Hit the wall at the end of the year like so many freshmen do, but was not a great penetrator. That was a great drive by the sophomore. Time now for tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Advocare, and it is the aforementioned Kayvon Allen. 19 points, 7 of 14 from the field. He's chipped in 6 rebounds as well.
He's been outstanding on the defensive end as well. He's done a great job of keeping whomever he's guarding in front of him, shuffling his feet, communicating, switching on the perimeter, and then just that last play, last possession before that, stealing the basketball as Seton Hall had just captured it and started the transition. So he's been everywhere, done everything. We're
just getting started here with the Advocare Invitational quarterfinal action, but the battle for Atlantis, it's coming down to the final tomorrow, 3:30 ESPN. The Baylor Bears and the Louisville Cardinals, promising to be a great Big 12 ACC matchup as Feast Week continues on ESPN. Mike Morgan, Brad Doherty, and Andy Katz. You couldn't ask for a better quarterfinal matchup than what we have here between Florida and Seton Hall. A 4-point game that has been back and forth all night long.
It has been nip and tuck and little bitty runs here and there and a few mistakes here and there. will give the other team a little bit of an advantage. And here we sit with a 4-point game.
Powell, that's who you want taking it. Not that time, and Egbunu tears away the rebound.
Powell a little bit off balance on that shot. Boy, Rodriguez took a pretty hard shot in the leg there. Maybe hurt his arm. Okay. Okay. Ball goes up. Gets kind of twisted up there and falls on his arm, yeah.
Yeah, Leon landed on him. And now Chiozza to the free throw line. Again, free throws were a major issue for Florida. Last year, they have improved this year. And the guy at the line has been pretty steady in Chiozza.
Chiozza's been outstanding tonight as well. The backcourt play for Florida has been remarkable. They've done a great job of taking care of that basketball. He'll had a couple of inadvertent turnovers, but for the most part, overall, very, very effective.
2 for 2 in the clutch for Chiozza. He has 14, a 6-point cushion for the Gators, who called timeout. Well, Brad, if you're Seton Hall, what are you looking at here strategy-wise? I mean, Carrington has carried you, but you also have Miles Powell, who's a deadly shooter.
Yeah, I think you got to really try to run some screens, get Powell open, get Carrington open, get him a 3-point ball. Hopefully, and if you do, as soon as the ball comes in, you foul. You got to put people on the free throw line and hope they miss shots while the clock. So you have an opportunity to get possession while the clock's not moving. That's the only chance you got because you're running out of time. Obviously, with 41 seconds left. So I think you get the 3 ball, knock it down, and then you foul.
Each team will have the benefit of the double bonus the rest of the way for the final 41 seconds. Again, Iowa State, Miami tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. That'll be on ESPN2. Big 12 ACC action, and then Gonzaga waiting on the winner of this one. The Zags convincing.
That's going to be a good one tomorrow night, boy.
A win over Quinnipiac. I mean, no matter who it is, Seton Hall or Florida, that game against Gonzaga.
That's a big ball game right there. Now, I'll tell you.
It's going to have a March feel.
Oh, I'll have the popcorn. I'll be ready tomorrow night.
There's some Gonzaga fans that made the 2,800-mile voyage.
It'll be worth it.
And the Gators hold on. I have a feeling there'll be some more fans dressed in orange and blue here at the HP Fieldhouse.
And the pressure will be on Gonzaga tomorrow because they didn't play great tonight. You saw glimpses of. They're going to have to step it up tomorrow night, no matter who they play. They're going to have to step it up. So if we get to see the best of what they got against one of these two teams.
Kevin White looking on, hoping son Mike picks up a big out-of-conference win. Carrington takes it off the window and in.
Now you got a foul.
Barry.
Unfortunately.
Dangerous pass.
Woo,
Allen gets fouled. You know, Barry wanted to go to the line, but they wouldn't foul him.
That was a dangerous pass, just like you said. Man.
That's great scouting by Seton Hall.
Yeah, absolutely. See what happens here. Nobody's fouling Barry. Oh, man. Okay. Gonna make some free throws here.
Allen is 13 for 13 on the season.
Boy, they've really worked. I mean, that is outstanding for a team that struggled shooting the free throws last year to come back and to be this focused, this locked in. That's great. That just a testament to their coach.
It really is. And the effort by the players.
The player, absolutely. Putting in the work. You put in the work, you can shoot free throws.
10% from a year ago. That's a huge mark up there. And the lead is 6, under 30 seconds to play.
Got to come down, got to get something going. Can't take too much time. Come down, get a quick shot.
3 ball.
Oh, he's fouled.
And he got fouled on the 3 by Chiozza. My goodness, Miles Powell will go to the line for 3 free throws, and that'll be the 5th foul on Chiozza.
Man, if he'd have made that, oh my goodness.
You like the aggressiveness on the closeout, but you can't foul there.
You cannot touch him at all. All you can do is get a hand up and...
Did he graze him?
Ooh. Oh, my word.
Mike White shaking his head.
Wide world of sports was that? Wow. Okay. Well, get up here and knock these free throws down. You got an opportunity. Get this game within 3. Man.
Seton Hall will no doubt foul. after the free throws.
Got to stop the clock. Okay. We're going to have a one-possession basketball game here.
The Seton Hall pressure in this game has forced Florida into some rather ugly turnovers.
It has.
Keep that in mind.
It has. Florida's just shot a ton of threes compared to Seton Hall, and the few more that they've made out of all those they've shot is the difference in the score right now.
Two-possession game. Barry is fouled with 20.5 seconds remaining.
Mom already has her hands in her head in her hands. She just looked up. She's not wanting to.
And that's the 5th foul on Carrington. Well, I tell you what, that young man.
Whew, he gave his all.
Unbelievable tonight, 28 points.
Not much more he could have done. He did his job.
Barry a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And the underhand form still looking good. Mom still just can't take it.
Get Mom some of that Pepto-Bismol algebra. Uh-oh.
Oh, a rare miss. 5-point
I
lead.
knew he was going to miss that one.
You got to have it. No. Somebody got pushed.
Foul on Hill.
Casey Hill with an untimely foul with 12.5 on the clock. That stops the clock.
Yep, that's what
puts
you want.
Seton Hall at the line. I mean, that keeps this game going.
Yeah. Got up and under Nezzy there and bumped his legs, tried to block him out.
And now Hill fouls out. Brad Doherty, I hope you have some eligibility left.
Well, if it gets down to that, they're in trouble. We knew this was going to happen. It was such an aggressive game early on, and the officials were blowing the whistle, trying to keep it tight.
3 players have fouled out, several players sitting on 4 fouls. And despite the physical, aggressive nature, both teams on defense, the offenses have both showed up well tonight.
Absolutely. A lot of aggressive play on offense, pounding it inside, three-point ball, driven basketballs that were, nice shots off the glass. Both teams played well on offense.
Give Seton Hall credit. They've been good at the line tonight.
They have. Florida as well. Both teams have made free throws.
See that? You'll take those numbers if you're either one of these squads.
Absolutely.
This would make it a one-possession game.
Oh, he needed that one.
He pinched it.
Needed that
and Seton Hall gets it back from the corner. It's a 3. Egbudu flying in for the rebound.
Yeah.
And a quick foul by Rodriguez.
Hey. Man.
That would have made things extremely interesting.
They had a chance. Powell's the guy you'd want having that shot too. Just couldn't get a good clean look at it. Nice job by Egbudu stepping up, knocking down that free throw. Big free throw.
He's going to have plenty of trips to the line this year.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. This Florida team, I'm looking forward to watching them lace it up against the juggernaut in Kentucky. It's going to be interesting.
1 for 2. Rodriguez will heave a 3, and that's going to be the ball game. The Gators hold on. A 5-point victory over Seton Hall, 81-76. They'll take on Gonzaga tomorrow. Florida now 5-0, a big win for Florida and a big win for the Southeastern Conference. That'll be the matchup tomorrow night on ESPNU. The early bird special, Iowa State and Miami at 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Brad Doherty, some final thoughts.
Great game. Very physical game. Both teams played really, really hard. Both of these teams are going to be fun to watch as the season goes on. Big East play is going to be fun. The SEC play is going to be fun. I look forward to watching both going forward.
I had fun with you, partner.
Yes, sir, brother. Good job.
Great job. Thank you so much. Coming up next, it'll be the Wooden Legacy. Portland taking on UCLA. And don't forget to join us tomorrow for more action. The Advocare Invitational. It all starts with Iowa State taking on Miami at 11 a.m. For Brad Doherty, Andy Katz, and our entire crew. This is Mike Morgan saying happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for watching as we take you out to Portland versus UCLA.